Hey beautiful humanity and twin flames. Welcome to Sayuna with Pleiadian Soul Messages. Now, this message is very important here, the message I'm going to give you, because I had so many of the opposite forces against this message to be recorded. And so it must be good. And yes, please listen to it and share. And also, I advise you to record or download as much as you can this message and other messages you feel are helpful and inspired to encourage others and know what is happening actually, because this is going to be a very powerful, strong eclipse again, and the energies already have been at work. So maybe you already felt it, especially when you are very sensitive or one of those pioneers or path makers or way showers, then you have felt the cleanse of the heart chakra increasing, or the heart center. So whatever was stored of pain that you held within you, or sadness, the reasons why you closed your heart, or what made your heart tense, or made you tear up from, like, for example, somebody is saying something which doesn't need to be very, very painful, but because it's touching a soft place within you which has already been hurt before, you can extra be triggered and feel the pain again. And that is, of course, a collection of pain that you have felt, and it is still stored within the heart. Now, this is the time to cleanse and to be authentic as possible. No one asks of you to be happy, to feel happy. To be happy is your true beingness. No one asks to feel happy, to feel at peace, or to feel love. Love is which you are, of course. And so, but in your current moment, you might feel tensed, you might feel irritated, you might feel sad, you might feel restless. And this is all right as long as it's authentic, and to let the love touch these places and allow it, and no longer turn to all the distractions you had before, no matter if it was on the electronics, internet, videos, movies, which is the same, but okay, but almost. So you could have a lot of distractions from alcohol, drugs, maybe you're on medicines because the doctor described it for you because you felt like anxious. And it can also be that maybe you smoke or have some sexual behavior that is just used to distract you, and even talking all the time, something that you are using to distract yourself from what is the matter. Or for some people, they are going to focus on others a lot and help others a lot, which is never bad. But one thing that I was learning the last times was, when you do not have enough, it is hard to give. So first and foremost, fill yourself up with the love. And when you are filled up, which means that you allow the love to pour in you, just as when you're a cup and you do not hold the lid on top of it with all your might, and in the end the love might even be able to remove the lid and pour in anyway, but you can try to, because also what is happening is that we become less dense. The body was never really dense, but we perceived it that way, as I said in the last message. So when we become lighter, and we really become lighter in many ways, I know I repeat myself, but then also you are more penetrable by these loving frequencies, just as water can move through the hardest rocks. The love will touch you, but you won't make it easy for yourself by trying to disconnect from it and refuse to feel those feelings. Let them come to the surface. And I tell you something beautiful. If you have been afraid for it, or you really did not want to feel any more of those so-called negative emotions. Well, those emotions always serve you because they actually tell you what is there. And when you put your attention to it, true intention and attention, and look at it and really listen, then it can dissolve. And the beautiful news now, message for now, is also that in this moment things dissolve so quickly, from not only years and lifetime, but lifetimes and timelines it can dissolve. And not even that, you're even cleansing, if you agree to it and if you can feel it already, if this resonates with you, but most of us do, cleansing the energies of others who are not capable to do so, or you're just helping them to lessen the loads. So, because as many people want to be alive during this process within their bodily systems, I must say, because alive is a big word, we are more alive sometimes without the bodily presence, but yes, because as the image of a powerful human being believed that it was a flea because the ant made them believe it is, or a lease, tiny lease, right? And they're milking it, using it as cattle. Then also the human has believed they were just humans and did not see their incredibly powerful, huge, beautiful, loving spirit, which was always with them and around them and above them, surrounding them, because they were in the experience of the spirit. But the spirit now is also which wants to enter within the body, and more love needs to be present within the body for the spirit to be present in the body. Because if other things are present, if not love is present but other things like low vibrations, it's very hard for such a beautiful beautiful being as your spirit to take place. And your divine original celestial spirit I'm speaking about, of course, because there are many soul fragments of those who have passed but not really passed, of your own soul fragments that are not embodied, that are not reharmonized and healed back into alignment with yourself. And by all means, of course, again, ask me, request me for a personal session. In one session, so many lifetimes can be healed now, and it makes you more whole, more powerful and empowered and peaceful, and solves a lot of things that were plaguing you before, and make you understand and realize and have more clarity and forgiveness also for yourself and others. And yes, it's very beneficial. So if not for me, then for others, ask this to be done for you, and you will help the collective enormously with this as well. So embodying your soul fragments, and also embody more of the love. Allow the love to penetrate you. And when you allow the love to penetrate you, you will feel certain emotions come up, and know that what is stored in the heart is usually the sadness, but also the liver is being touched, because the liver and the heart work together. The liver is also protecting the heart. It's always detoxifying, but the liver is also the place where you feel anger. When you feel that something is going all the time over your boundaries, right? When something is not respecting your rights, your boundaries, your freedom, then you feel the anger, and the anger is there to show you this is something that is happening which is not in alignment with your divine consent and your own free will. But if something continues to be all the time, if something continues to all the time harm your own free will and your rights, and penetrate your bodily layers, even your astral layers, uninvited, unwanted, then you feel anger all the time, and this is very toxic for the liver. And also it's the opposite of joy. Your divine truest nature is joy. Alright? If you have noticed that some of the videos have some reptoid frequencies inside, well, first of all, not all the reptoids are negative, and second of all, those are also being transmuted and transcended back into the light and the love again, because not all of the reptoids want to keep on serving self and those satanic black sorcery and negative timelines and frequencies. So know that compassion, forgiveness is very important. And also we all, for so long time, well, not so long, but in our experience in this lifetime, we have consuming so much light. We have been working with the light and receiving the light, and the light is knowledge, but only when it's used with the love, it is wisdom. And what we've seen on the planet, that a lot of the light have been used in a way that was harmful or serving self only, and harmful for nature. So many inventions are being done that are quite harmful. Even solar panels are full of toxic lead, especially the lead or the lead, this heavy metal, polluting the earth. And there are so many possibilities of having a comfortable life and practical life with high evolved technology, this, what does not pollute the earth. This of course was also a program and on the agenda of those serving self and who are not in love with humanity at all. So what is coming right now? Right now is coming that probably the dark forces want as much as possible to pull us away and out of the light, away from the love, into those darker and lower vibrations again, which can also be done literally with vibrations such as sound, because if you can hear it, certain things are being triggered and stimulated to make more sounds, and also used and implemented, and yeah, such as boats, which produce a very harmful low vibration on the waters, on the seas, the oceans, everywhere on the waters. And you know how much water. 1 second. Yeah, sorry for that. All right, so what is happening is with the sound, even the cars, the police cars, the ambulances have a vibration. If you have a phone, you can choose sometimes to have this buzzing sound, right? Now these boats and specifically the ambulance and police cars also have a very negative for your bodily system, negative buzzing sounds. And also you can hear them in construction works increasing, and in general you will even hear them in your apps, and everything suddenly is renewed. All the apps are renewed, all the emails are renewed, everything is constantly kind of renewed. And you can ask yourself, what is renewed and what are you giving your consent to? Now, for example, you use, and I give an example of real experience, you use toothpaste for many years, maybe even over 20 years, which contain very beneficial substances, especially plants, which cleanse your teeth, which you never have problems with your teeth, your gums, everything feels healthy and fresh. And then slowly you feel that your teeth are not being cleansed with the toothpaste, but you're not looking again in the ingredients because you know the ingredients. So you think there can be something wrong with you or with your diet. Maybe you change some things and maybe you just move on to something else, or maybe you continue using it and just accepting it. You might even look at from who who is the company owning it, and you might even see that the company owning it has changed, because as soon as a product is really going well, it is being bought by those billionaires again. So the corporates, and that's all funded by the billionaires. So yeah, it is a web, and we are also in a web, in a network, which is positive, of all of the beautiful divine harmonious nature, the original nature, which our bodies are also mostly built out of. We are usually and mostly existing, our bodily systems, out of the ether, especially also our etheric bodies and astral bodies and the elements. And this is also making the difference in the different shapes and qualities. The elements are needed, and our bodies are very well capable to directly receive and absorb the elements. So even beyond food that you eat, and many times the foods you eat costing, and many times the foods that you eat costing more than it gives your body, because it costs so much work and energy to digest and to get rid of the toxins. So you can ask yourself, what are you eating actually, and is it doing you any good? So become lighter and absorb the light frequencies, not only from the sun, but also from, and I mean the sacred real solar body, but also what is coming through the sun, and the beautiful love source, of course, but also the plants, which absorb the energies of the elements in the earth and the sky, the air, and of course the sun. The green plants, which are directly rooted within the earth, and the beautiful fruits, of course, but also directly the elements you can absorb. You can even sit also on with your back on the rocks, or with your hands and your feet. The bodily systems and the skin will absorb the minerals directly. You do not need to eat it through your digestive system per se. And then also, of course, you absorb the frequencies and the sounds which, for example, the birds produce. The birds are increasing, their sounds are louder, and there are also more birds present around us. So those are very beneficial for your entire bodily system, and especially for the nervous system. Now, one of the things that is constantly penetrated and irritated is the nervous system, and it gives the flight and fight response. I've already had it in the last video about the adrenals, and a lot is done by those negative opposite forces to deplete your adrenals and to trigger and move your body into the flight and fight response and the panic, and have your entire hormonal system and immune system influenced negatively. So you want to avoid that this is going to get worse and worse. That's why align with the nature around you, with the harmonious nature, because if you allow and align with the harmonious nature, to use the intuition and to have the body knowing and moving what is needed in every moment, and instead of just with your mind and your, because you were used to do so, patterns, eating whatever you think you want, or what you crave you want, or what something else within you wants. For example, when there are parasites, you will crave more sugar, especially when those are fungi. You will crave more sugar, and it's not always you or your body especially needing certain things or what you are responding to. So to become aware what you are responding to, or just simply allow your intuition to move without the mind, to know what is needed in any moment. And this will go organically, originally, authentically. To be more authentic is so important, and also when you are going through this new eclipse, to move within what is present within the heart, and to allow it to be touched and penetrated by the purest love, to open the heart again and to release what has been stored, and as well the liver to be cleansed from all of the anger, because now you are safe in the love. And still you can perceive threats around you, and yes, false things that you have become accustomed to and believe you needed it can be taken away from you, but they actually are belonging to those false ones. Right? That what you truly need at the moment is different than what you needed before, because you are evolving, ascending and morphing into a completely new and entirely exciting actually timeline, higher dimension and higher bodily presence. Your body needs new things, and your body needs beautiful harmonious sounds which you can produce with your vocal cords beyond any knowing or lyrics and even melody. Your body itself and your vocal cords know exactly what sounds it's needing to reharmonize itself. Whenever you have been feeling drained or drawn down into the lower frequencies again, use these beautiful vocal cords, which is your instrument, which is always present and for free with you, and you can use it to harmonize yourself again. And even if your voice is not working, you still can feel within you the loving frequencies, the joy frequencies, and produce also a higher frequency, which is very beneficial. Right now, connect with all the field of harmonious, loving vibration within and around you, and increase this. Whatever you're doing this coming days until the 14th, whatever you're doing, stay within the heart as much as possible. Do not allow yourself to be drawn out of these high frequencies. And I've said before, and we said before, we do not expect you to feel joyful, to feel love, or to feel at peace, as long as you allow and are authentic to feel what is truly there and to let it be cleansed, so the love can return, the joy can return, the freedom can return, and the peace can return. Alright? Because they're all your divine right, and as well the health, perfect health. So what can also help you is to say, I am free, I am love, I am peace, and especially I am immaculate. Alright? And I am one. And you are also cleansing these lower frequencies around you and helping others to digest and release from those lower frequencies, because digestion, and that is why also to not eat too much now, to leave your digestive system, it's working on the digestion of those lower feelings and vibrations such as fear, sadness, anger, which all need to be digested as well. So your body, especially the digestive system, already have so much to process. That's why it is very good to eat as light and as little as possible, because you will absorb from the minerals, and especially when you connect with the earth or walk bare feet and inhale the oxygen, even though the oxygen itself might be a little bit polluted, still it will help your body much more than when you sit at home, and the solar energies and the water. And remember, you have the power, and you are capable of bringing the water into the highest frequencies as well, by your intent only, and to give your consent only to the highest good for yourself and all. Your bodily system in perfect health is your divine blueprint. And so now, while you go through these new portals and these new days from the solar eclipse, which will at least be until the 14th of May, the effects, then yes, move with the clearing of the heart and the liver and all the feelings stored in there. And know that you're also cleaning for the loved ones around you and the entire collective, all right? And for the earth. Now, as last, I'm saying soon I'm uploading a new video because the downloads keep on coming, and helping to uplift as many as possible to see the positive ways and view of what we're going through at the moment, as not everything is so dark and negative at all. So send you much love and speak to you soon, and share, like, subscribe. Well, I'm not so interested in you subscribing per se, but I love you to share the video, alright? Speak to you soon. Much love to all. Bye bye.